grateful to be able to sit here and have this conversation with you. You know, beat everybody to the punch before the CNN come get you. You become a celebrity for real. You feel me?
You gotta save this interview and release it once I get popping.
Oh, so you want me to put this in the vault?
Nah. Put it up. But whenever you want, I'm not rushing you and slowing you down. But I'm just saying, like, you know, you definitely gonna be able to cloud up after that. You're like, yeah, nigga.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, I got the first interview. Here go my paperwork.
You know, I'm gonna still give you an interview after, yo. You gotta blow up your platform, yo. Once I get that first million and fucking I'll be all over CNN and shit, then I come back and do the Vanny again.
What's the word? Spit the verb.
So what advice can y'all give to people during this pandemic and also during this great state of emergency? We are losing people to the hands of police officers, any color. I mean, more white people has been killed by the police than black people, but they make up more of the population. Black people only make up 13%. So with that being said, what can you say to y'all young brothers and sisters out here wandering and surviving, trying to be excellent on some waste movement shit? So what would you say to them? Tell them, how do they move out here in these streets?
It's dangerous, man. It's hard to move, but at the end of the day, you gotta find a way. So I mean, it's hard for me, so all I can really say to them is, man, like, be safe, because they gonna find a way to fuck with you and kill you and do whatever they gotta do anyway. So it's hard to even, like, stay away from it. We see it constantly all the time where motherfuckers getting killed in this state, motherfuckers getting pulled over, killed in this state. They doing it everywhere, so, like, it ain't even no way to stop it. Only thing you can do is protect yourself and be safe, man. Like, fuck the police.
You know, my real thoughts on that right there is, you know, for the youngsters to protect yourself. Be smart. Don't be, you know what I mean? I don't want to say dumb,
don't be
but
naive to the fact.
Yeah, to the fact that this is some real shit going on.
It's
like,
a race war. It's
you got
really
the youngsters,
war,
they
man.
got that thing where, like how we used to have, when you say shit to them and go one and out the other, they feel like you don't know no better. Because you older than them, they feel like shit, you know, you can't tell me nothing. So they gotta learn. It's like a crawl and a walk for real. You gotta learn. Like, you know, I had to learn that shit myself because I used to be the same way. Like, but my advice, I just want y'all to be on some safe shit, man, and stay out the way, man, and don't get yourself caught up, man.
Number one,
you know
man.
what I mean?
We gotta stick together, man. Period.
It's too much going on, man. I don't want to see that,
bro. We gotta stick together.
I hate to see that every time I turn on the nose.
Unity,
you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Shit like that. That fucks with me. I got kids too. You know what I mean? So I try to guide them the right way. You feel me? I don't want them to do the shit I did.
Unity is the key, man. We all can eat if we stick together, bro. Everybody.
That's real talk. Real talk.
What's the word? Spit the verb.
What's the word? Spit the verb.
I've been grinding all day. I've been working all day. See the twerk all day. I've been working all day. My fingers hurt all day.
It's the word, spit the verb. It's your boy LV or Lyrical Value, whichever rolls off the tongue best for you. And I'm rocking with VANNY on WBPR. This is my video clearly where nothing else compares to VANNY on the air.
You're no sense. You're no sense. How we get into it, man? You're no sense. Cabo. You're no sense. Why they hating? Why they hating? Why? You're no sense. Why they ain't go out and get it, man? You're no sense. They gon' ask me how I did it. Told them you're no sense. You know I told them, ay. Me no comprende. I made 100 on Wednesday. 100 on Wednesday. Me no comprende. I don't hit nothing but payday. I don't hit nothing. Me no comprende. I spend it all on a Friday. Dame un beso, you know I did it my way. Rollin' the fronto, this loud, we smoke on the El Cilantro. But naked up in the condo, two cuties with me and I'm making their eyes roll. You gotta make carne asada, if you want me to buy you designer. If not, I won't call you mañana. You know, so I get a lot. I'm not a player, I crush a lot. Ya tu sabe, ain't anybody, and she calling me Jefe. I got off from Pepe, you never could be about it. Never. When I'm in the party, I'ma give me a Barbie and Cardi, or Shakira, or J-Lo. Back shots in those spejo. You're no sense. Why they hating? Why they hating? Why? You're no sense. Why they ain't go out and get it, man? You're no sense. comprende. I spent it all on a Friday. Dame un beso, you know I did it my way. I did it my way. I don't need none of you haters in my way. Mami, ya tú sabes. Si ves la policía, no conoce a nadie. El diablo me llamo, pero no contesta. Cause I know God got me. And you know we going up. I don't see no one behind me. Only the world beside me. In fact, I love when you calling me Poppy. Yeah, I be chilling with all of these girls, but just know you the one that got me. Cause you the one that go. If the I say I'm getting money around my way. You know the sky be my highway. You know we got it the hallway. Yo no sé, I don't care what they say, I'ma do it my way. You ain't help me get to it. Yo no sé, put your hand out. You ain't been around one day. You ain't been around. Yo no sé, why they hating? Why they hating? Why? Yo no sé, why they ain't go out and get it mad? Yo no sé, they gon' ask me how I did it. Told them, yo no sé, you know I told them. Me no comprende. I made 100 on Wednesday. 100 on Wednesday. Me no comprende. I don't hit nothing.
Get up, we need to talk.
Dame un beso, you know I did it my way. Yo no sé, they gon' ask me how I did it. Told them, yo no sé, you know I told them.
Damn. We need to talk.
You trying to drown me? You ain't trying to talk, man. Talk about what?
You keep dreaming about them.
What, man? You in my dreams? I can't even dream. I'm about to drown, man. Damn. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what I be getting into, bro. Oh my God.
What's the word? Okay. Look, now rockin' with your best, y'all. Hold up, now rockin' with you. KB, look. Niggas signed a perforated, so I had to red dot them 90s baby killing verses. Lock me up for manslaughter, giving deals with no squalor. Bitch, pay your bar and KB only signs for the almighty dollar. Bar for bar, I'ma kill him hook for hook. Maybe sorta higher learning, getting money, whole cruising, board. DJ 2, giving game that he learned from the great. Same time by next year, we'll be on a new estate. You still at your parents' place. The label can't pay you. I ain't trying to make this about you, but the label trying to play you. Beat you to the sharks, I was only trying to save you, but now the ship's sinking. You swimming with the angels. Look, I hit him up like Pac did in 96. Got your chick in the back of the Benz doing tricks. I make songs for the women, you make songs for the bricks. I make songs to change lives, you make songs with no sense, nigga. You Uzi, Lil Yachty, Kid Prodigy. Mumble all your verses, but you'll never be as hot as me. Flies on the track, you can call me Nas, son. Standing next to Danny Glover till we all created equal. You killed yourself first, I just follow with the sequel, nigga. Yeah. You already killed yourself, I just follow with the sequel, nigga. Yeah, KB, look. I learned it, baby, yeah.
So how did this war track come about? Like, talk about it. Because it's a very powerful track. It's for the George Floyd and social injustice just in general, but it came out in the George Floyd instance. So please speak on that track.
Yeah, so just super crazy. Me and Fame have been talking, and he had me like doing some stuff on beats and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, he's like, all right, yo, he's like, I'm gonna send you a like 4 or 5 beats, and you pick whichever one you want and go in on it. I was like, all right, cool. So I checked the list of beats. I had some young homies here, and I say, yo, y'all listen to this, because I'm an old nigga. Like, I don't know what y'all gonna fuck with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all tell me which one of these beats is fire. And that one, right away, they were like, bruh, you gotta go on that one. I was like, all right, cool. So I tucked it away. A couple days later, George Floyd was killed and murdered. And tensions are growing and exploding, and things are just changing from day to day, like overnight, like mind-boggling speed. You feel me?
Yeah.
So me and Wifey are just talking about it, like, because this is shit that we just talk about on the regular. Like, I know a lot of people, this is new to them. Like, they just starting to fucking talk about shit. Like, you know, because you've been fucking with my music for a minute. Like,
Yeah, you've been speaking knowledge in your music. You always uplift people. You're always giving the game, and that's why I thought it was a phenomenal record for you. Because when I heard it, I said, "Oh, this gonna prepare, boy. This gonna." Ooh, because when I heard I got the wave, I got the wave, I got the wave, yeah. I'm like, oh, he done came Beyonce on their ass. and then I wake up early in the morning, wiping the eye boogers out my eye, and then I just see Roar, and I just click it on, and I see the first video you put with it, with all the social injustice and all the reruns of things that had happened in the history. And I'm like, whoa, this is an earth-shaking record. Like, this record really speaks volume. Like, it touched me. It made me want to cry. It made me feel empowered. Like, it just did a whole bunch of emotions in one. Like, and I'm like, I love that bro's growing. Like, I just see him growing from each track to even watching your old stuff when your dreads was about this big.
That little baby dress.
And then and your flow was a whole lot different. You were like more rapid, Jay-Z type rapid flow, and then you slowed it down, and then you went to R&B, and then you said, "No, I don't want to be no singer. I'm a rapper." And then you just consistently kept trying new elements of this music game. And then listen to you saying like, okay, I got the game from Jay-Z and I got the game from Nick. And I never realized these two were the same beat. But
you know what I mean? Hard Knock Life is hustle and motivate is the exact same thing, exact same energy, all that type of shit. It's a hard knock. Yo, the words, the storytelling, the cadence, the style, like first thing in the morning, every single fucking morning, in her car, just hear the fucking bass roll, boom, 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 and yo, I'm crazy because I just figured out they're the exact same song.
But these songs both are powerful, so I have to combine these two together. I can't separate it. They both things. Like, I'm like, dang, dude has a very interesting perspective. Like, then I listened to the song with you and Pussy, On The Go.
I've been on the go. I ain't got no time for the stone. If you know me, homie, I've been on the go. Shorty, I've been on the go. Sorry if it ain't about the dollar, don't you holler, baby. I've been on the go. Look, I've been on the go. Yeah, I've been on the go. Told you, baby, I've been on the go. I've been on the go. Yeah, I've been on the go. Told you, niggas, I've been on the go. Yeah, I've been on the go, you don't know it. I grind like a savage, but deliver with the soul of a poet. Cups up, got to mow it. Fuck that, start a company and grow it. I'm tired of black power never going. To feed our own brands, then use that black brand for community. Unity, give to the streets. Thank God for Hove, showing what you could be. Usually you would be bombing that heat.
I've been on a gridiron, I come from the ghetto. All hands in like we breaking the huddle. Gotta buy black if we bracing the bubble. Spin with them crackers like raking a puddle. It ain't adding up, a nigga trying to build. But all we taught is kill. Live from a real ill feel. Never had shit, that's a real ill feel. I'ma get it up.
I've been on the go. I ain't got no time for the sloan. If you know me, homie, I've been on the go. Shorty, I've been on the go. Sorry if it ain't about the dollar, don't you holler, baby. I've been on the go. Look, I've been on the go. Yeah, I've been on the go. Told you, baby, I've been on the go. I've been on the go. Yeah, I've been on the go. Told you niggas, I've been on the go. I've been on the go.
What's the word? Spit the word.
Oh,
we still gotta do a video for that.
we definitely, and you got your new toy.
That's what I'm saying. The time's right. The time's right. Like, for real, there's no better time than now for us to get that shit on.
What's the word? Spit the word.
So we've been down like the bottom floor, been knocked down and we here before. And no matter how they try, they cannot take us up. Why the devil wanna see us gone? We ain't been a problem to nobody but ourselves, I mean it. This is crazy, we can't live. Man, I'm tired of having to go and had to explain this to my kids for real. And what's the answer? I don't know. But I only know one thing, and that's for sure. This really feels like war. Yeah, it feels like war. Yeah, it feels like war. Yeah, it feels George Floyd, R.P. Garner. We reached the edge and then they pushed us farther. Like what you want us to do, they doing wrong and then they hide behind the blue. I'm telling you. And the president, instead of trying to make peace, he's calling out his plan for war up in these streets. But we never bend, we never fall. All that we praise, we leave us alone. All of the mothers is crying, the sons of the dying just wanna be safe in the home. Like war, yeah, it feels like war.
The cry of black power is at bottom a reaction to the reluctance of white power to make the kind of changes necessary to make justice a reality for the Negro. I think we've got to see that a riot is the language of the unheard. And what is it that America has failed to hear? It has failed to hear that the economic plight of the Negro poor has worsened over the last few years.
It's not as easy as these people are making us think, that they just got some criminal-ass black kids with guns. It is not like that. We live in hell. We live in the gutter. We got us stacked up 80 deep in one building. You know, by the time you get out your house, you strapped to protect yourself. Because you living in the same community that the police is carrying rifles and riot gear. Same, they need them riot, excuse my language, I'm so sorry. The same reasons they need the riot hat, the riot jacket, the flak jacket, the double vest, the 9mm Glocks with extra bullets, the tear gas, the mace, all that. Who do you think the police is using that against? Dogs? So we fighting the same villains that they fight in the street. But instead of them seeing us fighting villains in the street, we all villains.
This is not a battle between black and white. This is a battle between good and evil, between right and wrong. And as we stand together in the moment, regardless of race, religion, occupation, or sexual orientation, we stand on the side of Lady Justice. And those who stand against us stand against her. Today, we stand for George Floyd, Eric Gardner, Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice, Ahmaud Arbery, Sean Bell, and all those innocent souls ripped away from this planet in violence. Protests ignited in the unity and hope from the ashes of hate. We demand change. We demand the right way. Move with peace, not impatience. Power, not pain. Love, not anger. Peace on the left, justice on the right. No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! What's his name? George Floyd. Black Lives Matter! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! Black Lives Matter! All day!
Is the sheep preaching hate when he says, I'm not going to let the wolf eat me anymore? If the wolf comes in here, next time he comes in here, I'll do whatever I have to do to keep him off my back. Is the sheep violent or is the wolf the violent one? He wasn't teaching hate, he was teaching common sense. You know, somebody's knocking you over the head, stop them. Do whatever you have to do to stop them. You know, the ones that were knocking him over the head were afraid of the fact that he might swing back, so they said, no, he's teaching hate, he's violent.
So what are you working on now? Like, are you guys going to keep that video as the video for the song, or are you guys going to actually?
Well, no, that's not going to be the video for the song. We intend on getting out some official visuals or whatever. But that was just like a promotional video that like kind of captured the idea of what we're talking about. Ooh, I have to finish that story though, because the punchline is crazy. So me and wifey were like, you know what I mean? We're writing and stuff, right? Or not, we're not writing, but like we're just talking, right? So we're just going back and forth in the car on the way to the studio to record the song. I get up there and I'm just like, bro, I'm in the mood to talk about this. And I was like, I was sitting there, I'm thinking like, yo, I don't know if Fame, like he probably wants something more radio friendly. I'm like, fuck it though. This is how I feel. I'm going to do this tonight. Bro, I did the first verse and the hook. I sent it to him. He called me back immediately. He was like, bro, that's so crazy. He's like, I've known the Floyd family for over 20 years. He's like, bro, he's like, that song just hit my heart like super heavy. And then from there, he's like, he's like, all right, this is what we need to do with the next verse. And this is what we got to do with the final verse. Because he's just like, yeah, this is the direction that it needs to go. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just took it and ran with it, you know, wrote out everything. And yeah, the rest is history, man. Like, I can't believe that moment, bro. I can't believe that moment. just seeing so many people touched, that was the most powerful thing for me. It's like, you know, not even getting excited about like whatever potential success or whatever. Like, and don't get it twisted. Like, I have mixed emotions. There's times where I'm like, I want to be excited about the shit, but I'm like, yo, what it's about is so much more than me. Like, you know what I mean? There's so much more than what I'm gonna get out of it. So like, I keep on trying to bring myself back down. Like, you know what I mean? But it's a really exciting and interesting time, man.
So doing that track, what did you learn about yourself?
And what? In this moment?
Yeah, like, because every time you do a song, you have to dig deep inside your emotions. You have to dig deep into your brain. Like, because it's really how you feel inside, but it's the world around you. And you are more of a person who takes what you see in the world around you and put it into your music. Like, oh God, that video and that whole concept, like God chasing around and then the angel of death is chasing you around and you like, hey, look, hey, I'm running, you trying to hide. And it's like, wow, like this dude is deep. Like, so what dimension, like, where do you want this, not necessarily this record, like how do you propel people to be better, to strive to be leaders as you are?
I mean, I think leadership, and this is the crazy part, is like the whole time I wanted, and to answer the first part of your question, actually, when you said like what type of headspace was I in for this? Oh, that's the wife you walked past. Like, what did I have to do? What I have to do to get into that, bro? It was like, what I found out about myself is that there's a lot of things that I care about, that I deeply care about, that I avoid talking about and I avoid addressing because I care about them so much that when I speak about them, I become emotional. Like, I am emotional about the struggle of my people. I'm very easily enraged by these situations, and it's very easy for me to get disillusioned and feel like I can have no impact. There's nothing that I can do, and what's the point of talking about it? And that's what happened after I was talking about certain things for like a couple of years, you know, talking about social stuff, and then it was just like seeing so much of it keep on going on, and my voice isn't being heard, and like, you know, people are just trying to party and forget about what's going on in the world. I got so frustrated, I was just like, yo, you know what? There's another side to me. I like to have fun. I like to party. I like to do that stuff. Let me just focus on that. So what I learned with this track is that this part of me was dying to come back out, and that the universe kept me in a space where I could be relevant so that when this time came, my voice could be heard. You know what I mean? So that's it for that. What was the second part of the question? We're completely
The second part of the question was, how do you propel other people to be leaders? And, you know, because you are in a leadership role, we're in music, and whether you was playing basketball, the way that the gravitational pull of our characters are, we are leaders. So what are you going to give to the young generation? What do you tell them at this point as this hard pinnacle in American history that kind of repeated itself with a remix? How do we address that? Where's our hope?
I mean, I think what we have to do is not let the momentum of this moment slip, not let the gravity of this moment slip, because it's so easy for us. You know how many times we've been here?
Yeah, like, go right back to normal like ain't nothing happened.
Exactly, right? But this time is so different, and it feels different, and people don't understand why, but I know, like, I understand. It's because, the earth is alive, and the people like to pretend like, whatever, okay, I'm crazy, cool, let's say I'm crazy, but whatever, let's have the conversation.
Right.
The earth is alive, and this is my hypothesis of why. When your body is sick, what does it do? It produces antibodies to try and get rid of the virus.
Yeah,
right?
To cure itself.
Exactly. So the earth has been sick for a very long time. What did it do just now? It didn't do something to completely destroy us. It just sent us a warning shot. It said, yo, everybody go inside. Remember what's really important in life. Not your job, not your car, not your racks, not your whatever, the strippers at the club, none of that shit. These people that you're stuck with right now, those are the people that matter. The things that you're stuck with up here, that's what matters. Start thinking, start going over your life, start wondering what you're here for. You know what I mean? So it gave us enough time to meditate on ourselves, and then it gave us something traumatic, right? Now that trauma, plus the time that we've had to meditate, plus the time that we still have because we're still in lockdown, means that the people who usually would have been like, oh, that's horrible, they got to stop doing that, and then keep on living their normal, regular white lives, they're not just able to go and continue living their normal, regular white lives. They got to focus. They got to live in this
part of the solution.
Right. They gotta feel and exist and see how it's affecting day to day. They can't run from it. They can't be distracted. You know what I mean? So now they feel compelled to be a part of this movement. And now it's their children on the front lines when the people are being tear gassed, maced, shot, assaulted. And now they see how real this pain is. And I feel like it's going to change. And it's voices like mine, voices like yours, voices like the future generation that need to stay on top of that energy. We gotta
keep pushing it.
Exactly. From now, we have to start figuring out what the following thing is. And that's where my mind has been. Like, how do we just keep this moving forward so that people don't just let their foot up off the gas after these guys go to jail? Or
we gotta let these people know that it's a marathon. We got to keep passing that baton backwards. We have to educate our youth because it starts at home. You feel me? And educating these children and allowing these children to see different polarity. Like, my children didn't know what a white person, Chinese, they didn't know people were different until just a few years ago. So with that being said, like, our children just need to know that we love people and we have to care for other people because they don't have the capacity to love everyone as we do. You feel me? And Black people as a race are just compassionate. Like, we are very accepting. We are very forgiving. We'll figure something out. We turn nothing into something real fast because we've never had anything. And it's a beautiful thing that we can sit at the round table when we're being understood. We're being heard. The United Nations has declared us basically an endangered species. You feel me? So they can't take anything down with Black Lives Matter. And of course, there's still going to be an ignorant few, but what we got to do, we got to pray for them.
Yeah. Well, my focus is not so much on them as it is on, you know, what our mentality is. Like, you know what I mean? Because if we have our mental right, if we have our game plan right, if we have our strategy right, then it doesn't really matter. Like, from that point, like, they've done their part. They've done their little support. If they continue, even better. That's great. But like, from this point, what we need to do, and I believe this strongly, is to start formulating policies. Number one, we need to formulate at least 4 to 5 policies that we want Congress to enact before this shit calms down. And then once it does calm down, then we need to have continuous discussion formats where people who are important to the culture, and I don't care if you have something like, listen, no, you know what? Let me think about that. Nah, you got to have something relevant to say. But like, even if you are just coming out to support, to show your face so that the ignorant people who won't follow anybody except you come out to these events, people need to come out and make sure that their fans come out to these events and have discussion formats where Black people are sitting around and discussing what's the next move. Who in your community is well spoken?
Right.
Who in your community has that ability to switch code and speak in different environments? And when they with the niggas, they can talk like the niggas. And when they with the fucking white folk in the suit and tie, they can talk like the white folk in the suit and tie. Right, but they are always representing and always being conscious of who they are and what they're there for, because that's what every other culture has had. The Jews, the Italians, every culture that came here and was a piece of shit, nobody wanted them, everybody was trying to get them out of here. That's how they got up. They said, listen, you gotta be a police officer. Nah, fuck the cops, nigga. Fuck the cops. Them boys can suck my dick, nigga. Like, none of that was happening. And it was like, oh, they're oppressing us? Go over there, because you're gonna sort that out. Once you're over there,
you be a judge. I need you as a councilman. I need you. That's where we lost our way. And I say position brings power. If we have our people, just think about me and you and how we're trying to put things together on the back end. We need lawyers. We need people to push the paperwork. We need a whole team. No one gets there by themselves. It is a community and a team effort. And once we get that me, I stuff out of our system and learn to work together as a community, just like the earth works with the wind, it works with the rain, the dirt helps grow the flowers, the pollen and the bees help everything works in a cycle. And once we get on cycle and keep funneling it, because look, I'm not gonna lie, you started some shit, dog. You started this table talk, like where the people who were on the panel that you watched last night, they want to do this every week. Because it's people of every ethnic background and we can all talk about it. You feel me? And it needs to be addressed, because if we have a clear understanding of where everyone's coming from, then we can work on the solution.
Yeah.
We can fix the problem. We can address it and see, because being a leader, you have to have hindsight and foresight. You have to know how to look from the past and be 10 steps ahead while you are currently still working on something. And like a leader, you produce, you do videography. Now you're working into your public speaking. Like, hey, I'm proud of you, and I got to give you your roses and your flowers now, because, hey, I don't want to be like, I wish I would have told bruh this and I had him right here. And yeah, you are a positive fixture in our community. I've passed your music to my husband's family. I done passed it all over Station Head, and I believe like Senseakanewkid will be a name that no one will forget.
Man, thank you. I appreciate that, yo. The most important thing to me, honestly, about this moment is that it's happening for the right reason. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've been making like party music and fun music for a long time, and it's like God chose that moment that, and I don't want to claim it before it happens, right? Or yeah, you gotta claim
Speak
it.
Speak it into existence, boy. Go ahead.
So I just think it's very special to me that the moment that brings me forward to the world is a moment that means something to me. It's not just trying to be fun, trying to be catchy, it means something to me. And that's what I'm so grateful about and so overwhelmed. And every time I watch all these different news clips, I see everybody with their heads bowed or raised and their hands up, and people hugging each other and holding each other to my song. Bro, overwhelming, man. Overwhelming. I'm just grateful, yo. That's all I can say. Super grateful.
Well, I'll have to co-produce, because you got all the professional equipment and stuff. You got the new toys, so we gotta play with them. That time you'll probably have a slide. You'll probably have a slide gizmo by then.
Probably have a little camera crew and shit.
Have somebody in there bringing you peanuts and water. The wifey sitting there getting pampered.
Only the red ones. Only the red ones.
Only the red ones.
Oh, be bougie as a motherfucker. Nah, that's not
Be up
me,
there,
man.
be up there in the camera like, you know what? I remember. Hey, but
Bro,
sis, man,
I
tell
ain't never been broke, nigga.
well, you go ahead and go to the mall real quick. Go spend. See how you can spend $20,000 at Marshall. You feel me?
Oh my God, bro.
Go to 7-Eleven and try to ball out. Gas on me, everybody.
What you get? Fill your tank up, nigga.
Oh, we got a boat. Fill that boat up. Hey, hey, big homie. So tell the people where you're originally from.
I am originally from Toronto, Canada, and you know, that's one thing. We diasporic Africans, we gotta stop separating ourselves by country, because it doesn't matter, man. Like in every country where we are, we all go through the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they've just chosen us to be at the bottom, and even in our own countries, we get forced into the bottom because we have resources. We're resource rich. We have oil, we have gold, we have everything, we have food. So the only way to, and I feel like that's the reason why we're hated, is because like we have everything. So it's like, even though we're in a country that we never wanted to fucking be here. Like, you know what I mean? You brought us here and then you tell us to go back, but then when we go back, you're over there too oppressing us. So at what point does this shit stop? Like, you feel me? So like, I don't know why I went on.
How do you think now, you know, like yesterday I was reading something about, you know, when the UN stepped in and that we're supposed to gain dual citizenship to be here and back in Africa.
Oh yeah, Ghana is giving citizenship to any a diasporic African that wants it. You could go to Ghana right now, get your citizenship, and buy a plot of land. But like, people don't know about this. But
have you been?
Huh?
Have you been?
No, I do not have the money. But as soon as I do, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back home, and I gotta go to Nigeria. That's a it's a mecca for my spirituality, to go down to Nigeria.
Have some beautiful spirited people, like, and I'd have met some beautiful spirited people from Nigeria, and yeah, it is great over there. Like, you have November Kennedy from Nigeria. He was on my show on Station Head. And Smock Kizzy. And like, I think you would like his song Sapphire, some real island vibe, talking about the essence of a woman.
Does he do the Afro beats music?
Yeah, November Kennedy, definitely Afrobeat.
Yeah, I definitely want to work with some Afrobeat artists, man. Like, I wanted to do it before they started popping, but like, you know what I mean? Now they're popping, and
hey, I'm gonna see what strings I can pull. I'm gonna see what strings I can pull for you. See if I can get y'all to hook up. You feel me? I'm ready for you to expand.
Yeah, you know, me too, man. I'm ready. So yeah, if you can make that happen, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. You tell the wifey and the kids I said hello. It's always a pleasure talking to you. I believe this was our third or fourth interview so far.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to get this record dropped so I can stream it on all social media platforms, run those streams up, rise awareness, and let people know who Sense is, because I step in the room and one day they was playing On The Go, and I'm like, oh, that's the homeboy shit. Like, yes, like, yeah. Like, and they was like, Vanny, you crazy, but yes, this gold. Like, I'm like, yeah, dude's dope. Like, you just don't even know, like, how he's been hitting me, and then he hit me with this mixtape, and I'm getting ready for the shower, and I couldn't turn it off. Like, strictly for the radio, I was hooked. It was like, I was hearing your music, I was like, okay, but that strictly for the radio had me hook, line, sinker. I ain't have to do a discount and double check.
I just had to do, okay, let's start back over from number one. And now I got to order how I play your album. Like, you feel me?
That was the purpose of that one. Like, honestly, that was the whole idea behind that, because I was getting so frustrated with the fact that, like, people were just kept on acting. I'm like, yo, do people not know I could do this all day? Like, that's not hard. I really want to talk about things. So that was me getting that out of my system. Like, yo, bro, I could do this. Like, from top to finish, I could just give you fucking radio shit. But, like, give me a chance to be heard. Like, I want you to hear something more. Like, you know what I mean?
You know what? I know a lot of people problem with you is because you didn't look like you could rap like that. They just, you know, thought you was a little yachty or something like, and then it was like, who is this kid? My husband asked me that. I was playing the stuff on 15. I remember when I made that video, like, Senseakanewkid, the motherfucking new kid, this my anthem. And my husband was like, who is that rapping like that? I said, oh, that's my homeboy from Toronto. Like, he hard. Like, he was like, yeah, that's hard. Like, who are you? Who are you? We are not the same. I'm a different type of nigga. I don't play no games. I'm like, yeah, he came hard.
Yeah, it's still one of my favorite tracks and videos to this day, man. Thank you so much for the support, Vanny. Like, for real. That's why I'm for real when I tell you I'm always fuck with you. And if anything I could do to try and help out your platform, you know what I'm saying? No matter where I go, I'm always help the people around me, bro. And I tell the same thing to the people in this city. You know what I mean? This city has given a lot to me. And it's not like it wasn't earned. Like, I worked hard. I slept on the streets. I slept in cars. You know what I mean? I've been homeless in the city twice. You know what I mean? Now I'm finally getting to the point where I always got bread in my pocket and shit. And that's because, like, I just kept on pushing. When I first came out here, I was charging $50 for a video. Then it moved to 100. Then it moved to 150. Now minimum is 400 for me. So, like, you know, and the city's still coming and spending the money because they've seen me grow from, like, being nothing to, like,
progression is key.
Yeah, exactly. So everybody respects the pressure, bro. So, like, you know what I mean? So, like I said, even though I've earned it, they've given me a life. Like, you know what I mean? I have a life. I have a lifestyle now here that I don't have to go to work. Like, I work for myself, and I'm gonna give something back to this city. I mean, when this all goes through and everything goes up, I'm giving back to this city. I'm giving back to Toronto, and then I'm gonna start focusing on trying to get us right in this world. Do you feel me? So that's it.
Man. See, you're a pillar in your community. You can't run from it. I watched your struggle. We've talked in depth about different things that we have been facing throughout these last 3 years, just trying to get where we are right now. To, like, I tell people, they were like, well, who is Sense? I said, Sense was one of the first people to do a drop for my show. And he hit me like, hey, sus, what's going on with the show? You gonna drop it? I'm like, yeah, I'm just waiting. And you've always been supportive of me. And I respect you. I thank you for introducing me to Pussy. I thank you for introducing me to a lot of the LA music, different sounds, different vibes. We talk about producing. We exchange a lot of knowledge on the back end, and I appreciate you for that, because if I say, Sense, hey bro, I need you, I'm stuck, I need an idea, and you be like, what's up, Vanny? Like, yeah, I think that's cool, but you should XYZ, and I'll be like, okay, well shit. Hey bro, that shit worked. That shit will put the video out. And then you be like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, so I just want to thank you for having this interview. You didn't have to take the time out with me. And yeah, we only up from here.
100%. You already know.
You want to leave the people with any word before you clock out and get to your other job producing?
Shit, man. Everybody who's out there and who's part of this fight actively in the streets, I have the highest amount of admiration and respect for you. Please stay safe. Please stay strong. If you're not out there actively, like I currently am not, please think about some other things that you can do to be constructive to the cause. 20% of our proceeds are going to the family for whatever we make off of the song. So that's one little way that we're trying to help. I'm not a forceful person, so I'm not trying to force myself into trying to like get people organized. But once everything starts looking more organized, I'll definitely be out there with everybody else. But yeah, just don't forget, please, guys, don't forget. Like, this is real. It's going on every day. Don't forget. Stay focused and let's change this world. We have a huge opportunity right now. The world can change. It can change. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Family, money, everything.
Family, money, everything. You already know what's the word, the verb. This has been Vannyd D on the curb with Sense, aka motherfucking new kid. I'm sorry, I gotta put the emphasis on there.
Wake up!
All right, family, man, we out, man. I see you on the flip side, Mr. Fame.
Yes, sir.
Vannyd On The Air.
WBPR.
What's the word? Spit the verb.
Gotta keep your head above water. Feel me?